Hey, it's that time of week and here's your weekly Cyber Snapshot. This week, a ransomware gang is walking straight in through firewalls, and another crew went from break-in to full network encryption in under a day. Let's get into it. We start with Qilin, one of the busiest ransomware operations around, and how it's getting into company networks. Researchers investigated a series of intrusions in June, and everyone started the same way. Attackers exploited a flaw in Palo Alto Network's GlobalProtect, the remote access software that sits on the firewall, which let them open a VPN session without any valid credentials at all. From there, the pattern was familiar. They harvested passwords, extracted the Active Directory database, and moved sideways across the network and encrypted entire Windows domains. Some victims had data stolen as well. Palo Alto patched this back in May, but internet scanning still finds well over 160,000 GlobalProtect systems exposed online today. Next, a brand new ransomware family called Spirals, and the speed of it is the story. Symantec's threat hunting team documented an attack on an IT services company where criminals broke in through an internet-facing web server and had the entire network encrypted in less than 24 hours. What they did in between is worth your attention. They turned off Microsoft Defender and wiped its threat definitions. Then they hunted down and forcibly stopped more than 20 backup, database, and virtualization services. They then went after the recovery tools before they went after all the data, so that paying seemed like the only option left. And now to something a little different, and it involves the AI tools your team is probably installing right now. Researchers have uncovered a campaign they've named Fake Git. It's roughly 7,600 fake GitHub repositories, built by about 6,500 lookalike accounts, all designed to deliver malware. More than 800 of them pretend to be AI skills, or MCP servers. An MCP server, or Model Context Protocol server, is simply a plugin that lets an AI assistant connect to something else, like your email or a project tracker. The fakes copied real projects and carried convincing setup instructions too. Together they clocked up over 14 million downloads. The interesting part is what researchers call agent baiting. These repositories were written so that an AI agent searching for a new capability would find them, read the instructions as legitimate documentation, and walk the user straight into installing the malware. From AI tooling to a scam your customers are already receiving, Apple has issued a warning about fraudsters using FaceTime calls to steal money and account details. They spoof the caller ID so the call appears to be from Apple or even from a bank. But what makes these convincing is that the caller opens with real information about you, your home address, your employer, sometimes more. And once you believe them, they push hard for speed. And they'll tell you that hanging up and calling back yourself will not help because the fraud is supposedly still running. And finally, some better news from Woolwich Crown Court. Owen Flowers, aged 18, and Tala Joubert, aged 20, have each been jailed for 5.5 years over the 2024 cyber attack on Transport for London. The incident cost TfL around £29 million and disrupted services across the capital. The judge described the motivation as selfish bravado. The good news is that these cases do end in prison sentences, and attribution is getting faster. And that's all for this week. Follow us for next week's Cyber Snapshot.